I got my peaches out in Georgia. Oh yeah, shit. I get my weed from California. That's that.
Good morning, Canadian Jose.
Good morning, my friend. Good morning. Just so you know, I'm going to upload this video onto your IG too. So I'm going to tag you so you can use that as content.
Dude, let's roll, man. I love that, man. I love that. Thank you so much for that.
No, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you and all your knowledge and wisdom. Jared, so I want you just to throw me the not interested, whether it's at the start, after I've spoken a bit, because the reality is, you know, in practice, I get to a certain stage, but in reality, I get the good old, you know, the hang up, the not interested right away, right? So I'm going to try to roll with that.
Me too, man. Me too. Let's role play it together, man. I role played it this morning, so let's roll. So, hey, Canadian Jose, man, I'm just not going to be interested.
Hey, Jared, absolutely. I get that you know, this call may not appeal to you and you're doing a whole bunch of things. Let me ask you a question. Is there any other reason why I couldn't get 1 minute of your time right now to see if this could be any value to you?
Here's a better one for you. You ready?
Yep.
Hey, I understand. Hey, why do you say you're not interested?
Do you want me to role play back with you, or do you want me to try that again?
Do you see how short mine is? See, here's the thing. Yeah. I want to go short with this stuff. The first thing I'm going to do is just treat it as a complaint, right? It's like my kids don't want to go to school. I understand. Why do you guys want to go to school? And then they start telling me, you know, the same thing here. Hey, I understand. That's it. Just I want to agree with them. Number one, hey, why do you say that? Hey, Jose, other than you not being interested, is there any other reason why you wouldn't take a look at something that's going to double your sales? Because there's two reasons why you won't look at it. Number one, you're not the decision maker. Or number two, you don't think that this is going to work. And I'm betting more on number two than number one. And I don't blame you, Jose. I mean, you probably get, 30, 40 of these calls every day, if you're lucky, right? You're trying to run a business, man. I get you for being crispy and saying, hey, I'm not interested. Look, you're at your place of business. You're trying to make money, and here I am. I'm trying to sell you something. I get it, man. I get it. Hey, you and I both know that the leads that I can provide, good leads, you and I both know the right lead, the qualified lead will make you more money. And if your salespeople can convert on more leads and they make more money, that in turn makes you more money. So I get it. I know you're not interested. And you have no right to be because you haven't seen anything. But allow me this. Why don't you give me 30 seconds? 30 seconds is all I need right now, where I can actually explain to you what we do. And if you don't see that there's a good enough reason to say, hey, you know what, let me take a few minutes with Jared, then you know what, I'm going to hang up on you. You don't have to hang up. I'll hang up on you because I don't want to waste your time. I know it's valuable.
Sure.
See what I mean? It's just a flip, dude. That's all it is. It's just a little bit of a flip. And by the way, Jose, how do you decide like what's a good call to take from a vendor and a bad vendor without even knowing what it is?
So basically by asking them,
man, I get hung up on.
So basically by asking them, like, what are you not interested about? They're going to make your life easier because they're going to tell you, yeah, I'm sick of these cold calls. And then from there, you're like, hey, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand why you're sick of those cold calls.
Yeah, whatever they tell you. And whatever it is the reason why they need to look at it. So let's role play that again. So, hey, when you say you're not interested, why do you say that?
Because you're just calling me, man, and you're bothering me. I'm trying to work.
Yeah, I'm with you. Other than that, Jose, is there any other reason why you wouldn't take a look at something that could potentially make you more money? I get that, man. And I know you get a ton of people that call. See, now I'll start to tell them. I know you get a ton of people that call you. I know that. I knew that before I called you, man. I knew that. But you know what? If you knew what we had, look, you go to work every day, right? You've got a product that you sell, right? You want to get your product into the hands of as many people as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be doing what I'm doing here, right? But you probably don't have the time, or your guys don't want to do it.
Yeah, I like that one.
You see what I mean? Like you just gotta you see what I mean? You gotta make sense of it because look, and the reality is when people call and they're busy, there's my client Audrey Berg. Good to see you on today. Look, they're saying more about them. Like I get people that are angry when I call, and like sometimes I get off the call, like, you know, I need rehabilitation like you guys do. That's why I have the goal book here. Like I get off a call sometimes and it goes ugly and I write down my goals again because that's what I'm going for. And then Dave will consult me a little bit. He'll say, hey man, that guy's really saying more about him than you. Because he's like, man, I wish my guys would freaking lean in like that and reach out and get my product in the hands and services. And he's just mad because his people don't do that. And my call reminds them that, shoot, my people don't do that, you know? And I'm like, man, shame on you for not freaking, you know, that's why America's screwed up right now, man, because not enough people are out there pushing their product into the marketplace. People want to sit back and get a check, you know? So that's what happens. People get reminded about that. So that's what I would recommend, Jose. It's just, it's again, it's not going to work out. Look, I get hung up on. It's a numbers game. But now you got to take that list. Here's the most important thing. With that not interested, like I went over last time, the list of people. You got to like really drain that guy through because it's going to take you between 5 and 12 attempts to get that guy from a no to maybe. Because here's the thing. I work with a lot of people. I call them, and finally on the 12th time, like, man, I just want to see how long you would go with no's before I actually said, hey, I'm going to look at it because now I'll take it in my company because I'm like, man, this is what I'm looking for. I need a guy that's going to do this because I want to see you if you practice what you preach. Some people test me like, hey, man, they want to do a deal, and they're like, I want to see how the follow-up looks. And literally I go through a process with them, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, I can't do this anymore. Dude, like the follow-up, it's been 3 days, and you reached out to me 5 times because I know 5 and 12 attempts. So I get them on literally on the 3rd day, I've reached out 5 times. And the guy's like, dang, let's just do the deal. So that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a lot of this. And again, look, everyone's getting not interested. Everyone's going to get I'm busy. You're going to get all that stuff. Just, hey, it's a complaint. They don't really look, they pick up a phone because they thought you were a deal. You could tell them that, hey, you could tell me, hey, I'm not interested. Hey, totally understand. Look, I know you probably picked this call up thinking I was a deal. The truth is, you could tell them this. The truth is I'm literally 30, 40 deals for your company. I know what you're thinking. You don't believe it. And why should you? It's a cold call, right? Like you can literally tell people that. You picked the phone up because it's a deal, because you thought I was a deal. The truth is I'm a lot of deals. Because I'm literally all the deals that your people aren't able to talk to as far as qualified. I've got your qualified deal sitting here. I just need a few minutes with you. And I dare you to pass it up. It'd be a mistake to you and the company if you passed it up. And there's 2 reasons you won't look at it. You see, and I can just throw it in there. So I hope does that help you out?
Dude, you're amazing. I love it. I just stay quiet and let the master talk, man. I appreciate you very much. Thank you, Jared.
You got it, man. It's all in Cardo University. You just got to master it and just know that, hey, it's a complaint. It's a complaint before I validate it. And look, you'll get hung up on. It's the nature of the beast, but keep going, keep being that stream that hits the rock. And eventually that rock smooths out, the moss gets on it, and the water just flows. So that's what's going to happen to you. So appreciate you. Let's go do Thomas Jenkins.